Hello there,
Hello there.
and welcome to What If Qui-Gon Didn't Die? My name's Jamie,
And my name's Shaun.
and we love talking about Star Wars.
Oh, yes, baby.
Every Monday, we discuss different theories, alternative timelines, a bit of headcanon.
Headcanon.
We talk a bit of nonsense. Because
We are the Star Wars nonsense smiths.
Yes.
And it's been a little while, actually. You would have heard in last Friday's episode that, it's been a little while since we've sat down and had a recording sesh.
Yes.
And a good chat, nonetheless.
So it's nice to be sitting here again and getting on with another episode.
Oh, yeah, baby.
So each Monday, we always like to talk about something Star Wars related.
Who died? What if somebody didn't die?
Yeah.
What if somebody, was here instead of there, maybe? Ooh.
And we like even doing like blind rankings and just different things. If it's Star Wars related, there's every chance that eventually we are going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 weeks after you've heard about it, but we'll be talking about it.
Yeah, we talk about it at the right time. It's just scheduled into episode release at the wrong time. Because I still need to do me Bad Batch episode. But I've had a little idea about that. And I'll talk to you about that when we finito this.
Nice. Well,
Yeah.
we need to make a note of it because...
I'll forget.
Yes.
Because I'm a forgetful man. But as soon as we stop recording here...
It's the curse of the studio.
Yeah.
And we're not the only ones who suffer from it. Everybody seems to suffer. You come in, you record. As soon as you turn those microphones off, everything you've just said you've forgotten about.
Yeah.
And if somebody says, "What's your podcast about?" I've got no idea. Star Wars something?
Yeah.
I think we talk about what ifs, maybe. What's it called? Oh, yeah, it's called What If Qui-Gon. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's what we talk about. Right, okay.
Yeah, the curse of Shaun Wiggins affects everybody.
So as we record this, there has been a new series released on Disney Plus called The Acolyte. We have spoken previously twice about The Acolyte.
Yep.
Once was a complete miss because we had no idea what was going on because we watched a fan-made trailer.
Thinking it was official.
Yeah, because we're morons. And then the second time was actually the newer official trailer.
Yes. Yeah.
Which I released a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
We rushed that one through just so it was before the start of the series.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, as we record this, the series has been out for a few days.
One day. It
One
was only
day.
out. Oh, sorry, Tuesday.
Yes, came out on Tuesday.
Tuesday. 2 episodes on Tuesday. Special 2-episode release drop.
Yes. So we both watched it.
Yeah.
I've reignited my Disney Plus subscription. It hurts.
Did I not? Oh, should have just had mine.
Legally speaking,
You need your own.
you yes, have your own. Shaun, we'll talk later.
My man.
Yeah, we'll discuss this again in a year because I've got an annual subscription for it because it's a bit cheaper.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, that's by the by. I'm not here to sell Disney Plus and their expensive service.
Yeah.
However, if you want to watch anything Star Wars,
You have to go there.
you kind of have to go there. They've got the Force joke right on Star Wars. So we've watched this first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
By the time you hear us talk about this, there will be a couple more.
Oh, yeah, but still, come on.
But yeah. But you know how this... If you've been listening for a while, you know how it works. We're always behind.
Yeah.
But better late than never. So, Shawnee,
Hello there.
let's talk. So I watched them back to back.
I did as well.
So it's going to be difficult to differentiate what happened in episode 1 and episode 2 because to me it was just an hour and a half feature-length episode.
Yeah, it felt the same for me, but I quite liked that. I'll tell you what I loved. Let's start from the very beginning.
Go for it.
The intro, I know it wasn't the film Star Wars screen roll,
Yeah.
but it was still the blue writing.
It was the text, wasn't it?
It was the text, and then it sort of slowly faded out as it went down to the planet that we're
Gave you
looking
the background, yeah.
at. I thought that it's little things like that for me and like the screen wipes and stuff, which they're just like a nice nod to the OG films. And you go, do you know what, George Lucas? Thank you.
Yes.
You know, and it's little things like that. And I instantly, and I did that sort of thing, the me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the writing from the film. Look, it's the same font, and it's fading into the thing. Yeah, come on. Yeah, absolutely loved that. Opening scene. Well, very good. I love
Carrie-Anne Moss.
Yeah, great.
I mean,
Not enough screen time. Don't understand why they had somebody like her there and then went, "Do you know what, you're only in it for 5 seconds, love."
This ties in nicely because if you've listened to our Chinwag on Friday, you'll know that we're going to be going to see The Matrix.
Yeah.
And this scene, and by the way, before we really get into this, if you haven't watched it yet, we will
Major
be
spoilers.
Yeah, we are going to talk about it. So maybe save this episode and come back to it once you've watched the first 2 episodes at least. I don't know if we'll come back to it later on. I'm sure we'll
probably mention it here and there.
We will dabble in the series later on. This is not an Acolyte fan series. It's just this is the current pressing issue.
Yeah.
So anyway, now we've got the spoiler warning out of the way.
Yeah, we should have probably cut that out and put that in the very beginning.
Oh no. We haven't said anything yet.
No, that's true.
We've kept it pretty tight. So anyway, Carrie-Anne Moss was in the trailer.
Yeah.
No surprises. She's in the thing, and yes, she's not in for very long.
Yeah.
It was pure Matrix.
But it was pure Matrix. But it's funny because the girl in the purple,
Yeah.
now we know that as May,
Yeah.
was doing the Matrix moves.
Yes, she was.
And sorry, what's her name again? Matrix.
Carrie-Anne Moss. Trinity.
Trinity, that's it.
So you're saying that May was Trinity, and I think you're going to say that Carrie-Anne Moss was Neo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because of the way she was just like
sidestepping
around, just using one arm, and noticing very quickly that this May was trying to grab her lightsaber. The only thing I didn't like about this, and I'll get this out of the way now, it's only like a minor little niggle.
Yeah.
Very arrogant. Star Wars people in today's, cinematography world, they try and make the bad guys, oh, she's a bad guy, let's make her arrogant and childish.
Well, that's interesting because I thought you were going to say that Carrie-Anne Moss and the Jedi after, they're the ones that look arrogant.
Oh, they do after, but I'm talking about this fight scene.
Yeah, because I thought that Carrie-Anne looked very arrogant, like she was sat at a table when you first see her. She's surrounded by people. They're laughing because there's some challenger comes out of nowhere asking for a fight, and they're like, oh, yeah, whatever. And she's just sat there going, is it Nadara? Was that her name?
Yeah.
Nadara sat there going, what? You dare to challenge me?
Sorry, Idara?
Idara?
I think it's something like that. It's only yesterday we watched it. We both can't remember already.
Yeah, no.
The Cursor Studio, mate. It's a real thing.
Absolutely useless.
I think she did look a bit arrogant, but then I don't know if they're trying to film her as if to say, right, you're obviously competent in your skills.
Yeah.
And you don't want violence. So when this girl comes in pressing violence, you're not like she's not reacting in a way that Obi-Wan would.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
I've got a theory about the arrogance.
Okay.
And I think this theory actually marries up with some of the narrative that is hinted at already, but we're not quite seeing fully.
Yeah.
But I'll come back to this reason once we talk about another character that we only see very briefly that is linked to May.
Yeah.
So back to this fight. The fight was great. Really enjoyed it.
Loved it.
Yeah. There was a little radio message.
Yeah, so she'd already, and this is the thing, she's not dumb. She's already sent a message ahead.
Yeah.
To say,
Force user.
Yeah.
Unknown.
Yeah.
Need some help.
And it's the little hand walkie-talkie that Obi-Wan uses.
Yeah.
Even though I know it's 100 years later, he still uses the little tiny digit
the tech doesn't really move on.
No.
Hundreds of years, the tech has never changed. It kind of just always works the same way.
Yeah.
They've kind of found peak tech, I suppose.
Yeah.
The droids are the same. In fact, sometimes the droids are more advanced in these old things than they are in the new things.
Yeah.
Like the autopilots.
Yeah.
They turn into
chairs. One of the best things that Star Wars has actually ever done. I thought that was incredible ideas.
I thought they looked weird when you first see them. There's something odd about them, about their shape. And then when they became the chairs, I was like, oh, nice, that's cool. So now you can have an actual pilot sitting in there.
Yeah, love that bit. Anyway, we've shot off a little bit there.
Yes, as always, little sidestep.
Fight scene, and then she finally draws a lightsaber at the end.
Yeah.
Liked the sound of it. It was a little bit thick. Because I thought they might go back to sort of Alec Guinness times and make the lightsabers really sort of skinny and sort of they're not just big round oblongs, are they?
Now I saw an article briefly. I glimpsed at an article, and I didn't read it properly, but I did glean some information from that article. The question was, why are the lightsabers so thick? And I thought, this is an odd observation, but maybe I've not seen it in the trailer. I hadn't watched the episode yet. And when I watched the episode, I was looking out for it, and there's a scene in the second episode where one of the other Jedi, I can't think what his name is, Yord.
Oh, Yord, yeah. Mr. Fit Heartbreaker.
Yeah. He's holding his lightsaber sort of at an angle towards the screen. And I was looking at it thinking, it's thick. The reason for that is it's actually full of LEDs. And to house all the LEDs to give the brightness of the blade.
Oh, right. So it's not CGI'd.
It's not CGI.
He's holding an actual blade to show weight.
Obviously, when it fires up, it'll be a bit of CGI on the fire up. But once it's on, and just being held and sort of carried, it's now physically a lit up light. So probably just like the lightsabers you would actually buy if you were to collect a lightsaber.
Yeah.
They're full of LEDs and whatever. But the difference, I suppose, for us is those ones that we collect don't need to be super duper bright.
No.
Because we're not filming them. But if you've got all those studio lights on and you have one of those lightsabers, there's a good chance that actually the colour's going to get washed out quite quickly.
Yeah.
Without like colour correction or higher intensity, stronger, brighter LEDs to cut through the light.
That makes a lot of sense then.
Yeah, so
I just thought it was dodgy CGI. Maybe somebody had made a decision to make older lightsabers fatter.
Yeah.
Not skinnier.
I imagine the conversation went like this. We need to make these lightsabers more visible on screen because there's going to be more Jedi. We need to be walking around. We want to use less CGI to make it look better. And somebody's going, yeah, okay, well, we've got all these high intensity lights for the studio. We're losing colour on the lightsabers. What we're going to do, make them bigger and better. Nobody's going to notice.
Yeah.
And everybody went, those lightsabers are bigger.
Yeah.
Why are those lightsabers so fat?
Yeah. All the little nerds.
Stroking their neck beards going, yeah, fat lightsaber. It's not like the original.
You can see Jamie's face now.
But that's for
Star Wars nerds do. We all do it.
And coming up back onto that, talking of Star Wars nerds, I was going to save this to the end, but we're now just at a nice little segue here. The reviews for this series are so mixed.
Yeah.
Some of the negative reviews are actually accusing the positive reviews of being false reviews.
Really?
Because they're just because there's two types of Star Wars fan, isn't there? There's the fans that just appreciate the fact there's more Star Wars to enjoy. They kind of don't care what the content is.
Yeah.
As good or as bad, it's just more to expand a universe that they love. And there's those people who wish every Star Wars film was just Episode 4.
Yeah.
Forever and ever and ever. Amen. Because because they're so close-minded, they think they know better than everybody else. Maybe they read the books years and years ago. Good for them.
Yeah.
A lot more people have never read those books.
Yeah, including us.
Yeah. I think I read one book.
Yeah.
And I was about 10 years old, maybe. So it was some time ago, and I've not read a single Star Wars book since. But those super fans, all they do is shit on Disney constantly for making more stuff. But how can they win? We want more content. Okay, here's more content. That's not the content we want.
Yeah.
Okay, let's make something that's more like the original. Oh, you've just copied the original.
Yeah.
What?
No, I know.
What
I
do
know.
you want?
Yeah.
Every story is different. Every story's got a different style to it, and every story it involves a new generation of fan.
Yeah.
You know-
Oh, yeah. Look at Andor.
Yeah, people actually really enjoy Andor. But those people who enjoy Andor don't like any of the other stuff.
Yeah.
Or, like us, kind of just enjoy everything for what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so I said this to you before we started recording. My impression of the Acolyte so far is it's filmed in a way that feels and has a similar kind of technical look that reminds me of the Phantom Menace. So it's like a mid late 90s style of filming.
Yeah.
Which kind of looks weird these days. Because I associate it with stuff that's older. And I enjoy it. But then in the back of my mind I'm like, but this doesn't feel new, but it is all new. But the reason I say that is you're younger than me, so you probably started more or less at episode 1.
Yeah.
You might have watched the other ones previous, but really by the time you came into like
cinema time.
Consciously going, oh, Star Wars, pod racing, Annie, and Jar Jar Binks, and you kind of, this brought you in to Star Wars. This was like your entry point. To me, I watched The Phantom Menace and went, it's not as good as the other ones. And over time, I enjoy it more and more.
Yeah, yeah.
It's taken time. Yes, I sound like one of those neckbeards now going, it's not as good as the originals. To be clear, I was only 13 years old.
Yeah.
But I didn't like Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, there's something about him, yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean.
But like this sort of, just sorry to cut you off.
No,
One last point to this is, you're going to get kids now watching Star Wars, and they're going to come in and go, oh, this is new. Oh, this is the Acolyte. You can show this to younger kids, and they'll be like, oh yeah, I really like this. There's fun stuff in this, or
look at this ninja fighting,
and it's shot in a way that actually is reminiscent of what you enjoyed when you first started watching Star Wars. There's a feel to the way it's filmed, that links up, and it might just be the magic ingredient that just is required to get young kids into Star Wars.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I think the colours and the style of filming and all the flips and tricks and, super duper Avengers fighting. Yeah. I think that's the way this generation gets hooked on stuff now. If you had the Alec Guinness fight from episode 4 in today's Star Wars TV shows or films, everyone would they would respect it, but they'd go, why isn't it like that special effects scene that's on YouTube at the moment?
Yeah, exactly.
Because people go, well, that's really cool. We can do that now. We don't have old men trying to actually do it for real life. We can have CGI do it. But yeah.
And that's the other problem that I think Disney have with Star Wars is the law of diminishing returns.
Yeah.
So the bigger something is, the harder it is to outdo it. You start with episode 4, and that was great in the time.
Yeah.
And they outdid it a bit with Empire Strikes Back, and then they outdid it again with Return of the Jedi. And then they outdo it again, and then they outdo it again. We're getting to a point where, we got to Rogue One, and Darth Vader suddenly became superhuman.
Yeah, how he should have been, I expect.
Yeah, how we all imagine he should have been, but we never got to see. We know he's powerful. But then it's then realised on film, and now that's all we want.
Yeah, is more power.
Yeah, and if you look back at those 4, 5, and 6, and you see Darth Vader, you go, where's the rest of it? Like, he should be crushing everybody.
Yeah.
Why is he not as powerful as he should be? And I think this is the problem with these new series, is not necessarily that they're any worse, but people expect more.
People expect more. Yeah.
And so I think it's important that people take a step back and just go, there's more story here.
Yeah, it's just Star Wars, man.
It doesn't need to be more violent. It doesn't need to be more fighting. It doesn't need to be more flips or force maneuvers. And Andor proves that.
Oh, yeah, because there's basically none.
Yeah, it's just a story.
Yeah.
And the story's great. But I think as soon as you get the Jedi involved, we want to see Jedi. But when they're in there, we're expecting these superhumans.
Yeah.
And that's why we've got Trinity now being Neo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sidestepping and just dodging and one-handed fighting and whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's a tricky situation to be in at the moment.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Don't get me wrong though, like we both enjoyed the fight.
Oh yeah.
Like it was really good. I liked the blades, but this is what I meant about arrogant, childish bad guy. It was typical bad guy.
Stepping off the rant and coming back to where we started.
Yeah. Back onto my other little mini rant, you know. And then it was that. Oh, the bad guy's got a knife behind her back in her other hand. I saw it and I just went, oh, do you know what? Every time, why can't you just not?
Yeah.
You know, maybe she could get punched in the face. So what? You know what I mean? You don't have to have the secondary knife. You don't have to have the lightsaber cutting the knives up was really good.
That was cool. Can I offer an alternative resolve to that scene?
Go on.
So we see May kill.
Not Ray.
No, May.
Play on words there.
Yeah.
Hey, they love their short one-syllable wet names, don't they?
Yeah. No, I'm going to get confused. You're going to really trip me up here. What if Carrie-Anne Moss's character actually wins that fight? Doesn't kill, because that's not what she wants to do.
Lops her arms off.
Doesn't even do that. Just defeats her in a way that says, no.
I'm the master.
Yeah, you're nothing. May runs away.
She was nearly there though. All she had to do, obviously, she grabbed her hand, and obviously then she did an Arya Stark, didn't she?
Oh yeah.
With the hidden left hand jab, which is another typical bad guy move that every single bad guy is now able to do somehow. And everybody goes, a left hand. She could have literally just forced the knives away, you know. And I know she threw it at the barkeep, and then she tried to save the barkeep.
Yeah.
Nice. That's Jedi. So I understand how she died through that. That's like, do you know what? Fair play. Because you were actually saving the dude who's got a kid behind the bar. But yeah, she could have just grabbed her hands and then literally just pushed her down to the ground. Or just like did the whole sort of, you know, when you get your foot behind the calf muscle. And you just put her on her knees. And then she would have been like, just stay there for a minute.
Yeah, calm down.
And then we'll have a chat about it. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. The arrogance and the childishness of May in that scene, because when she goes off in episode 2 to the next Jedi she wants, Mr. Meditator, like, I think she's cool up until that point. She goes to the little dude and he makes her the poison, which is a weird scene we'll discuss in a minute.
Yeah.
But then, and she's all good sneaking in, and I think, oh, using a kid, fine, another typical bad guy move. But once she's in there, but then as soon as she starts talking to the Jedi, I go, oh, your character bores me again.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, what is it? Like, and I know there's a deeper story, and we're going to find that out. But she could be a bit more mysterious in the beginning, so when we get there in the end, it's more fun.
Exactly. Can I just quickly circle back?
Sir.
Finish off what I was going to say about Carrie-Anne Moss.
Yep.
Defeats May, doesn't kill her, doesn't injure her. May runs away, whatever. The fight ends. Carrie-Anne Moss's character does not have to die at that point. In fact, Carrie-Anne Moss could be the boss.
Yeah.
She could be the final Jedi that May has to defeat. She doesn't have to be in every scene. She just needs to be there. She's alerted people and gone, oh, we've got an unknown Force user. May then runs off to try and kill another Jedi Master.
Yeah, Mr.
Meditator, and so on and so on. But Carrie-Anne Moss's character is working
behind the scenes
to get back to her, and there's going to be a final showdown at some point where maybe it's her and Master Soul. Maybe they together. Anyway, that's one other thing. And going back to your point about talking too much, I also agree. Why does she need to talk so much when her twin sister and Master Soul tell you everything you need to know?
Yeah.
There doesn't need to be any narrative from this secret assassin.
Yeah.
She just needs to turn up, be aggressive, try and kill someone, and then make it more mysterious.
Yeah. Keep her hood up. Keep her little face hidden. And also, this just popped into my head. She always tries to do it. Oh, sorry. She tries to do it at night time.
Yeah.
I mean, during the day, doesn't she?
Yes.
If she did it at night time, it would give that more of that. Oh, she's waited till night time to kill somebody.
Yeah.
Which is what assassins do. Why in the middle of the day she's trying to start a fight with a bar full of people?
Yeah, it seems a bit odd, doesn't it?
Yeah, because any one of them could have just shot her in the back of the head with a gun. I mean, come on. But yeah. No, but my little rant aside, I actually quite enjoyed the opening scene. It was just the little niggle about the way the character sort of moved in and out of emotions was...
Yeah, I think that there is a niggle with most scenes as we go through.
Yeah.
Ever so minor, here and there, too many to list.
Yeah.
Not really worth mention half the time, but there'll be something that you'll see in a scene and be like, why? I still enjoy the scene.
Yeah, yeah.
But then there's one little thing that you go, it's just literally,
yeah,
just change that slightly and it'll be perfect.
Yeah.
But
still great, though.
It's still enjoyable, and I think ultimately we enjoy it. And if people enjoy it, then it's worth making, right?
Yeah, definitely, and I can't wait to see more of it.
There's a lot worse out there.
Oh, yeah. Ewoks Christmas special. Really good. Loved. Is it Osha?
Oh, so Osha's the
the good twin. Loved her little pip droid. Oh my god!
Yeah,
on charge, and then she pulls his little lead off, and he's a little
screwdriver or something.
Yeah, absolutely love that.
So you want to talk about little niggles?
Go on then.
How much? Well, actually, I've got two niggles here. One, how much spray is in this little droid?
Oh, for the fire extinguisher, yeah.
Putting out an entire fire that's burning in space somehow with no oxygen. Good fire. Also, as we know from watching any other space film, you set off anything with a bit of pressure, you're getting flung backwards.
She's got the magnetic boots on.
She does, but that stops her feet from moving. But what about the rest of her body?
Oh yeah, you would think that her torso would fly back.
She'd be just flung backwards, wouldn't she? Feet in place. Anyway.
It's a galaxy far, far away.
It's plot armor. We accept it. This is Star Wars. It's full of inconsistencies. It's not a realistic space drama, is it?
No, it's not. No.
So you kind of see past that. But anyway, there's my little niggles with the little droid, who is super cute.
Yeah.
Love it. And you can put it in your pocket.
Yeah. Oh, the thing about the fire is going to bug me now, because that is just like number one understanding of space.
If I was to counter argue myself, I would say that the oxygen is being fed from inside, and it's shooting out and it's combusting as it's leaving.
But the flames would only be little then.
Yeah, it would extinguish quickly, wouldn't it? But there's a lot of pressure. We know it's a pressure leak.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Fair enough. But yeah, back to little Pip.
Hopefully, with that little argument there, you'll feel better about that fire.
Yeah. No,
you won't dwell on it now.
No, it's all right. It's still fine, because she needed to have a little building narrative. You know, she had to look at some fire to.
We needed to see what her job was and her role.
Yeah, and to understand that actually she wasn't the assassin, because she says, doesn't she? It's nothing to do with you, what I do on my day off.
Yeah.
And instantly you think, yeah, because you were somewhere else trying to kill a Jedi, love.
That's right, yeah, because you are identical, even though you've not seen each other for 16 years, but you've got the same haircut, which is really weird.
Yeah, same haircut, and you somehow knew she was still alive. Hello there. From a little dream you had.
Yeah.
Love that. Love the Pip droid. I like the fact it was the Trade Federation ship.
Yeah.
And the aliens, because even though it's 100 years before...
I wanted to see if that was going to be Gunray.
Yeah. But it was 100 years ago,
Yeah,
before Anakin.
yeah, well, yes.
But still very nice to see them. Nice that they reacted the same when they saw the Jedi approach.
Oh, what's a Jedi doing here? You don't need to be here. Well,
Yeah, because they all just seemed to hate Jedi, didn't they? But it was the same reaction. The ship looked...
it's because they're all shifty and dodgy.
Yeah, the whole race of them are just shifty little beggars. the bridge of the ship looked like it did in
Phantom Menace.
In Phantom Menace. Really liked that. Really liked the fact that they say about astromechs, but then they said about R2 droids, and I was a bit like, you've done it again. You didn't need to say...
Yeah, because an
R2
astromech there's so many designations.
Yeah.
R2 is just a name.
Of one breed of droid.
Yeah.
They didn't need to name drop R2 units.
No.
But again, like, no, R2D2.
But then again, like I said before, trying to bring in a new generation of people, sometimes it's easier when people don't know the lore and don't know that an astromech droid is an R2.
A specific unit.
It is an R2, but there's also there's the other one, the red one that was...
R5.
Yeah, R5.
Because even BB-8's technically an astromech, isn't he?
Yeah, for sure. But if you don't really know the lore of Star Wars and you come in at this point, for whatever reason... You might not know what an astromech is, but you'll know what R2 is because you go, oh, R2D2. Oh, I know what droid that is. It's that shape, dome head. Yes.
Yeah, dustbin lid.
Yeah.
No, yeah, yeah. So that's a fair point.
Maybe one of the criticisms is it's as and it's not criticism on the show itself. It's a criticism on us. Is we know too much.
Yeah.
So we don't want to explain to us, but not everybody knows what we know.
That's it. Yeah.
So
that's just me being a big-headed.
Yeah. Sometimes I suppose we have to sit back a bit and go. Just remember, not everybody's a nerd.
Yeah.
They like Star Wars, but they're not nerds.
Yeah. No, which is fair enough. So love that little bit there about the astromechs and that they're using humans to go out there, but it was outlawed.
Yeah.
You know. Quite enjoyed that.
Except for those guys who don't care.
Except for the trade feddy aliens, yeah. But no, I really liked that bit of it. That brought back some nice memories. But it's like you said, the technology peaked and it stayed the same for how many generations?
Oh, yeah, loads. And who knows how long before that even.
Yeah. And yet some and then you get the Vespers in the Book of Boba Fett, and it's just really weird. So no, really, really liked that. Liked the Jedi Knight and his Padawan. Good to see some aliens as Jedi.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. So it was Yord.
Yeah, Mr. Hench.
Yeah. And his Padawan, who then disappears. That's not the same Padawan who we then see later on.
Because that's Sol's Padawan that we see later on.
So why is Yord's Padawan not there anymore? Where's Yord's Padawan? Ooh. And how's she being trained without being with Yord, the trainer?
Isn't that because when they said about how many people, didn't she, the main Jedi sort of custodian, say small team?
But if you were to...
You would have taken your Padawan though, wouldn't you?
If you were a master, you would take your Padawan, yes?
Yeah.
Would you then separate another... I know he's only a Jedi Knight, but a Jedi Knight and his Padawan, would you separate them when this is their training? Wouldn't you then go and say, right, I need to find another Jedi Knight who's not attached to anybody?
That's true, but then it's not like a parasite symbiote thing. Maybe she stayed there and just meditates or goes to some classes or something.
Maybe. I suppose they didn't think they were going to be away for too long.
Yeah. Because they thought they were just going to find her, bring her back, and that would be that.
Because I think, as I think about it now, it might have been an interesting dynamic to see two Padawans, essentially two teenagers, working together, and maybe they go, oh, here's an idea, here's another idea. Like that Padawan that they take, Sol's Padawan.
Yeah, comes up with the main idea, doesn't she?
Comes up with a really good idea.
Yeah.
It's quite nice to see a teenager going, actually, you're looking at this too deep. We've got somebody who looks like this, and a baddie who looks like this, and they can be interchangeable, so why not use that to our advantage?
Yeah.
And it was so simple, but the two others were like, I don't know what to do. Should we wait? Should we go and investigate? Should we stake them out? Oh, let's waste some more time.
Yeah, because they're also, Sherlock Holmeses.
Yeah.
These Jedi.
Well, that's it. They are world galaxy police, aren't they? In a way.
Peace Corps.
Yeah.
Really liked that. And I liked the fact that Sol, which we haven't actually spoke about yet, because I really like his character.
I like him.
Yeah.
And I tell you what's interesting is, again, going back to those reviews online that I've seen, a lot of people just do not like any of the characters. I hate all the characters. There's nothing to them. They're boring.
Absolute BS.
Yeah,
Sol's got loads of depth.
And there's only two. It's only been 2 episodes. But yeah, already, Master Sol is great.
Yeah.
I really like him. He is level-headed.
Yeah. And
to,
he knows...
to the extreme.
Yeah.
And he doesn't take anything at face value. But so when somebody says, "Oh, that's the prisoner, they've done the thing," he goes, "Not so sure about that."
Yeah, innocent till proven guilty, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, and like we said before about the fire and the younglings, he understands that the Force is bad and good.
Yeah.
Like, he is balanced.
Did we talk about this before we recorded?
Yeah, I think before we hit record, we spoke about this.
So just so people don't get too confused, there is a scene where there's the younglings being taught by Master Sol, and he's got them all meditating and says, "Right, tell me what you're thinking. What can you see?" And the first youngling says, "I can see balance." Oh, very good. The next one can see light. That's great. These are all things we expect. And the third youngling says, "Fire, all-consuming, bad fire." And you expect a Master Sol to go, "Uh-oh."
Yeah, press the little, security bell under the chair.
Where's the ejector button? Because this one's a bad one. Actually turns it around, and it's like the Force is everywhere.
It's all-consuming.
We will see it in different places. And he turns it around, and he does this with something else as well, and he just sees the negative, but is of mind so pure that he just turns it and goes, "Well, actually, this is not always a bad thing." So it was the holocron. He's looking at his old.
Yes, yeah. He's looking at his old Padawan.
Yeah. Oh, one of the other Jedi come in and go, "Why are you looking at that holocron?"
That's his Padawan who says, isn't it?
Yeah.
She says, "Oh, why do you obsess about your old Padawan?
You shouldn't be dwelling in sentimentality," or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, how can we look into the future unless we understand the past?"
Yeah, and then he says, "We meditate in the past."
Isn't that a Winston Churchill paraphrasing or something? It's a phrase that's come from a world leader in the past.
Yeah, I think so.
Those who ignore the past are doomed to repeat it, or something along those lines.
Yeah, something like that.
Get in touch if you remember who did that quote, because it is a good one. Yeah, and he's able to just again turn it around and go, this is not all these things are bad things. Yes, we don't want sentimentality. We know this because we've watched it in all the other films. You don't get too attached to stuff because it's actually ultimately bad. And
you're supposed to be a space monk wizard.
Yeah.
But no, really liked that. Really liked that bit. I also love the Padawan relationship. She, as the episode went on, she became a bit more Anakin-esque.
She started off very proper.
Yeah, permission to speak freely.
Yeah, and she just needed to be relaxed a bit.
And he says, doesn't he? Is it on the ship? And he says, you don't need permission to speak freely. But I really liked that because it is an order. They are Jedi Knights.
Yeah.
They're little squires, they're little Padawans. They should be asking permission to speak freely because the big boys are doing all the thinking and all the working. I
think it's, again, this is only showing Master Sol in a good light.
Yeah.
He's able to sort of go, "No.
You're old enough now.
You're not beneath me. We're all people. You are your own person. If you've got something to say, you can say it. Everybody's got freedom of speech." The only thing that jars with that is he's been mentoring this Padawan for some time, and this is the first time he's gone, "You don't have to say that anymore."
Yeah, Yeah, funny enough, when the cameras are around, I act really nice.
Yeah.
But every time up until now,
maybe he's really nasty behind the scenes.
yeah, when they turn the cameras off, he's slapping around the mush. Yeah, but I quite liked their relationship. I thought it was very. It became a lot more. It instantly went from master and student to almost dad and daughter.
Yeah, it becomes more familiar
very
sure.
quickly.
Yeah,
very quickly. But again, it's not a bad thing because I loved the scene in episode 2 when she's in the ship, and they're obviously trying to corner Maya.
Oh yes.
You know, so yeah, really liked that. Swing back to episode 1 again. So they do find her on the ship, but she gets on the security ship. We must talk about Tongue Face, that alien.
Oh yeah,
bloody disgusting.
That was a weird little thing. I didn't see that ever before.
Oh god, it's like his head flap just opened.
Yeah,
that's actually a little bit horrific.
Yeah, I suppose it is.
You know,
in a weird way.
Your youngest was watching that, she'd be like, "What's he doing?" Oh! Like, I know aliens in Star Wars are supposed to be disgusting, but come on, man.
Yeah, it is a bit out there, isn't it?
Yeah, and they were able to escape, and this is another thing, you know, plot armor. Why was the ship only manned by droids? Why wasn't Osha put on a ship with Sol, and he went, "We're going back there right now, so you can come with us." Not, let's capture her, put her on a different ship, manned only by droids, with a bunch of other criminaliers who are then going to try and break out, clearly, because there's nobody on board to look after them.
Yeah, there's only one other droid that's going to do anything against them, and
he's too slow as it is.
Yeah,
clearly he couldn't do anything. Yeah, so I find that a bit weird, but I think it's supposed to add to the story because, of course, what happens is the guy with the face hugger on.
Oh yeah.
He gets calmed down enough, and he goes, "Oh yeah, she helped me, she saved me," and that just reinforces you going, couldn't be her then.
Yeah, why
couldn't be her?
Yeah, if she was guilty, she wouldn't be
that.
She wouldn't be helpful.
Caring outside of her job. What did you think about the obvious bad guy on the cliff?
Right. So this is who I was referenced earlier about the arrogance of the Jedi. So first of all, let's talk about this guy. Instantly, he's a Knight of Ren.
Obviously, I've been saying this today. He's a Knight of Ren, isn't he?
Absolutely. The mask.
He's got the mask, the voice, the lightsaber, the cloak.
Yeah.
The ominous standing on a cliff. How long was he stood on that cliff waiting for Maya to show up?
Yeah.
Like, sorry, dude, go and have a cup of tea. She's miles away, yeah? She also didn't land her ship on the cliff behind him to talk to him. She had to walk along the beach instead of along the cliff, which isn't rocky and pebbly, to get to him.
Yeah.
Good camera work, though. That's probably why.
I'm looking forward to seeing more, because actually, if this is a bit more background into the Knights of Ren, I'm quite keen, because
we haven't seen much of them on the screen. On the screen, we haven't. No. And
I think that there must be quite a big, huge story there to be told. I liked it. I liked how ominous it was. I liked the slight reveal, although obvious.
Yeah.
But showing restraint where May didn't get restraint.
Yeah.
She talks too much. He said very little.
Yeah. Which is good.
But he said along the lines of, the Jedi are arrogant, and this is the point I was going to make earlier, because they are in control.
Yeah.
They control peace. It's them, the galactic... Is it the Galactic Empire or the... whatever it is, the main governing body of the whole galaxy.
I was going to say the New Galactic Empire, but that just is all of them mixed up into one.
Yeah, I can't... Yeah. Get so confused with all the bad guys in the various empires. There's two factions. There's the Jedi and there's the governing body.
Yeah.
And they control the entire galaxy. The Jedi are in control, saying that they are keepers of the peace. But then we see Carrie-Anne Moss, and she almost looks like she's some sort of criminal lord, like overlord, because she's surrounded by lackeys who are just
Yeah, and they look a little bit piratey, don't they?
You know, if that was Jabba the Hutt, surrounded by all his cronies, you'd be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, criminal. But you go, this is a Jedi, but there's something odd about the way she sat there, and how dare you approach my table? You know, that there is that kind of like, well, I'm a keeper of the peace. Are you a keeper of the peace?
Yeah.
Or are you just, is the threat of your violence strong enough to keep the peace? And isn't that the same with a lot of criminal work? Like,
Yeah, it is. Threat of violence is more.
Look at, for example, like mafia sort of dealings. They go up to a shop and they go, if you pay some protection money, we'll make sure your shop never gets said robbed or whatever.
Yeah,
And
even though it's them doing the robbing.
Exactly, that's what they're saying is, if you pay us, we won't rob you. And you go, oh, okay. And I feel like it's quite similar. Like, if you don't cross us, we won't kill you.
Yeah, it was a bit weird, but then the pub itself didn't give off a gangster pub vibe, and the barkeep with his kid at the end.
Yeah.
It just enforced the point that that wasn't like a gangster pub.
No, and it was just the way it looked on that table.
While they sat around her, yeah.
Is this just because when we see Jedi normally, they're often alone
and cloked, hooded, being mysterious?
Yeah, it's usually one or two of them together, and that's all we ever see. We don't see them necessarily socializing in a group.
Yeah, that's very true.
So there was something about it that looked odd, and it was that mixture of the arrogance of being able to sit there, blasé about the fact that yes, I've got the power and I could kill anybody in this room if I wanted to because I'm a Jedi. Somebody approaches the table asking to be attacked.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Fight me.
So when you then see this Knight of Ren, as I'm going to call him because I don't know yet for sure, but that's how it looks. It also says about this is how they keep the peace. It's just terrorism in a different way, isn't it? In a different format.
Yeah.
Yes, there's been no wars for years. It's the longest period of peace, I think it says at the start. But there is an arrogance to that. You think you're going to be better than everybody else,
but you're not. I do like that, yeah, and I like his way of thinking that he seems to believe that the Jedi think they're right.
Yeah.
By everything they do, and meditate and stuff like that, and try and keep the peace. But we're unlike Maya, who I think I just get anarchist vibes. Fight me, yeah.
Yeah, she's on for revenge.
Yeah, I think this dude, he's a little bit more tactical, and I reckon when he finally gets properly embedded in the story, and maybe he does catch up to Master Soul, I'm hoping he's still mysterious at that point. So when we see him, he'll have to have a fight with me.
Are you hoping for Darth Maul vibes?
A little bit.
Yeah, because that was quite good. There's a guy appears out of nowhere. He's clearly
a bad guy,
but we don't know anything about him yet.
Yeah, and he fights super cool. Maybe that would be really nice again.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, of course, look, he is a Knight of Ren. Hold on a minute, he's amazing with a lightsaber. Or maybe he fights like an old knight.
Yeah.
And you've got Soul trying to fight in his little Jedi ways. But you've got this guy, because Kylo Ren does fight a bit like that. He holds his cross-guarded, lightsaber.
Yeah.
And he holds it a little bit like he's wielding a claymore.
That's right, yeah. And it looks like one, doesn't it?
It looks like one, yeah. I wonder if this guy, if he is a Knight of Ren, I wonder if his obviously Jedi battle stance is similar to Kylo Ren's.
You'd have to think it would be... the training would be similar, wouldn't it? So the tactics would be similar and the stance would be similar. So yeah, possibly remains to be seen, and I'm looking forward to the rest of it.
Yeah. Oh, me too. I thought it was just good. I like the aesthetics of the ships. I liked the going through the hyperspace, and then when they drop to planet, the littler shuttle comes out. We've seen a few ships do that now, and I think that's a really nice touch of That's probably a better way to do it.
Yeah.
Although, if all ships can just go in and out of atmosphere, why did they need to uncouple?
Yeah.
But, again, it was a nice, cool little scene to see it drop away and then them go in to the planet. Question for you: Did you watch Tales of the Empire?
Not yet. Because there's a new Tales of the Empire, isn't
Well, there was Tales of the Jedi before, and now there's Tales of the Empire. Out.
Okay, yes. So I need to watch that.
The last episode, there was a sort of icy planet
Right.
with a mountain in it. I can't remember the name. Hopefully, one of our listeners, will remind me, or I'll have to just have a quick look on Wikipedia. If that planet is the same as the last one on Tales of the Jedi, that's a really nice touch.
Okay, yes.
Because there's a bit in the mountain, and when you watch Tales of the Jedi, you'll see it's almost like a Jedi trial kind of thing, getting through the mountain.
Right, yes.
In Tales of the Empire. But in this, it's kind of similar, and the fact that she was running them through the caves really made me think of it. When you've watched them...
Yeah, I'll get on that in the next... It will be in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, definitely give it a watch.
Some time for it. Yeah.
Because I've got to go back and check the planets, but I think it's the same one, and that would be really cool if it was.
Yeah, nice little bit of crossover.
Because the ship would still be there 100 years later, when obviously Tales of the Empire are around.
Yes.
So, because that's when the Clone Wars is, but what? Maybe not 100, maybe about 120 years difference, but.
Yeah, nice to have, if that was the case. Yeah, it'd be quite cool.
Yeah, it would be really cool, I think.
Yeah,
definitely liked it. I think people should not moan about it so much. I know I have my niggles, but that's just because I'm a niggly person. You could show me just, I don't know, but I even found niggles in the Obi-Wan series, and I thought I would love that.
You're gonna find them everywhere.
Yeah,
because we know, like I say, we know so much, but sometimes the joy of stuff is just about ignoring
the nigs.
You know there's going to be inconsistencies or things that you're not going to enjoy, but you've got to kind of relax your view on stuff sometimes and just go, let's just see if I can get a vibe of it. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it, do I feel indifferent? Whatever. And I think overall, yeah, I enjoy this. It's nice. Anytime there's more live action Star Wars, I really enjoy watching it.
Yeah.
Whether it's good or bad, whether I really understand everything that's going on. Ahsoka, I really enjoyed, but I didn't have a clue what half of this stuff was because it's explored in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, and Rebels.
And and it's not explored at any other time, so it's kind of like you now have to learn what all of this is.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it, even though I didn't understand all of it. It would be quite easy just to go, well, they didn't explain that properly, so I'm not bothered.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, it's not like A New Hope.
Yeah. No, yeah, really enjoyed it. Love Master Soul. I just think it's generally good. I love the Jedi temples on each planet.
Yeah.
Because obviously back then there would have been. I mean, I say Jedi temple. It's not a proper temple like you see.
It's like a church.
It's more of a
place of worship.
Yeah, it's more like the police station.
Well, yeah, because they
with the bunks in. Not a proper Jedi temple's a place with the hidden holocrons, and maybe you'll do a trial there.
Yeah,
hidden out the way, like a proper, like you say, place of worship. But yeah, what did you think about Mr. Meditator in his force field?
I didn't like his beard.
Beard aside,
because it was clearly stuck on. It looked ridiculous.
Wasn't it Iron Fist from bloody Marvel?
I could not answer that question.
You wouldn't know. No, it looked similar.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked the idea that he was able to meditate in such a state that he could create a force field.
Yeah,
it was very Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, and he had done that for 10 years.
And not spoken to anybody.
Yeah.
Interesting. What a backstory there must be. What more we could learn. However, she just says some words to him and he suddenly wakes up out of this 10-year meditation.
I've been waiting for you. Yeah. How did he know she was alive? She was presumed dead.
He's been meditating on the point.
Yeah.
He knows everything, but he refuses to believe anything until he sees it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of didn't like the fact that he woke up and gave up.
Yeah, straight away. I loved that little bit aside. I did love the force field when she was trying to go at him,
Yeah.
and it was like a cylinder of force protection around him.
I tell you what was a little touch, which I enjoyed about that. She's punching it, she's kicking it, bang, bang, getting to the surface of it, and then that's that. She stabbed it, and the little blade got stuck in it.
Yeah.
And she had to try and wiggle it back out.
Yeah, like it's a proper bit of wall or
Yeah.
like a plastic tube or something.
It's something weird. It's like you can penetrate, but not.
That was a sharp object with a really hard sort of force behind it.
Yeah.
So a punch and a kick isn't going to do it. And, fair play. That was a good little scene, I thought, that.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I just wish there was more backstory to him.
I'm hoping they sort of go back through it all.
I feel like they won't, though. I think...
Because he said he's sorry, and he's fine, like he'll look for forgiveness or whatever.
Yeah, I think the problem is that we get all the story we need because we know there's 4 main Jedi that May's trying to, assassinate. And we know that there was an issue that I'm sure will be expanded on where there was a fire and she was left to die or, however that transpires. And she's now gone back through. We're going to learn that story from the other characters who will survive.
Yeah.
But we're not going to learn it from those characters themselves.
No, which is a shame, really, kind of.
Because you want to know, how do you get into a point of meditation for 10 years?
Yeah, this
without
is
it being an issue.
What makes it think? And I know he said obviously the force can sustain, the force can keep you going.
He didn't look unhealthy though, did he? Wasn't emaciated or anything.
No,
like
he looked all right.
Like he's been hanging on with the force. He looked healthy, like he'd just eaten his meal 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, maybe the force has kept him alive like that.
Maybe.
But it was, I really enjoyed it. I love the fact that obviously Sol doesn't get his lightsaber out. Yoda does.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously a hot-headed knight.
Yeah.
And Sol's still trying to be like, patience.
Yeah.
You don't need to get your saber out every 2 bloody minutes.
That was a contradiction I saw. Carrie-Anne Moss's character did not get the lightsaber out, and it was pointed out she only gets the lightsaber out, or Jedi does, when they want to kill. Otherwise, they don't bring the lightsaber out.
Yeah.
And it was almost like when she did it, and she was told that, it kind of unlocked a memory, and she went, "Oh, of course," and puts her lightsaber away, and then gets killed.
Yeah.
Yord just needs a bit of light, so he just turns his lightsaber on.
Yeah, like prequel.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon burning the door down.
Yeah, just get your lightsaber out because it's a multi-function tool, so just use it.
Yeah, exactly.
But hang on, aren't you supposed to live by the rules of you don't get
it out, somebody's going to die.
You never get your lightsaber out unless it's the last thing you need to do.
Yeah.
So it contradicted itself very quickly, but then that would show that perhaps yes, he's a hothead, or he's quick to sort of jump to that conclusion.
Mm.
But interesting that Master Sol didn't say, "We don't need your lightsaber."
Yeah, just let him do it, didn't he? Maybe he's trying to show him respect because he is a Jedi.
Yeah, maybe.
Jedi Knight.
And he's so laid back, maybe he just didn't really care.
Yeah.
You do what you're going to do. I'm just going to sit here and I'm just going to dodge everything.
Yeah. Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah. Anyway, that's been a good hour.
How was it? Oh, blimey.
I know, it's gone quite quick, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope the other episodes are as good as this, and I hope as a listener you've enjoyed listening to us ramble on.
Yeah. We probably won't do any more major episodes.
No.
About the Acolyte. We might do one at the end.
Yeah, I think it's quite good to have this sort of first impression.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about something else, and maybe we'll drop in a few other bits and pieces as we go through.
Yeah, definitely. I know I had me niggles, people, but don't get me wrong, still absolutely loved it.
Yeah,
because it's just Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars.
I was excited to watch it yesterday. I was like, I'm going to watch the Acolyte now. I've been at work all day.
Yeah,
and I'm going to watch it and enjoy it. And I think that first fight,
Just got you in.
My mouth was probably open for the whole thing, just like that. That's some Jackie Chan cool shit, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely up for some more of that. Come on, Disney.
Right, well, let us know what you think.
Yeah, please get in touch.
Have you watched it? Did you enjoy it? What do you like? What do you dislike?
Mm.
You know, what would you like to see happen in the future? Let us know. It's always nice to hear other people's opinions and feedback. So
yeah, definitely give us a comment on the reel that I put out on Instagram.
Yeah, or just DM
associated
us,
for this, or DM us, or email us. Our email's obviously in the show notes, along with our DM Instagram sort of locale. Please get in touch.
WIQGDD. Right, well, let's wrap it up there then.
Cool.
Yeah, good talking to you as always.
And you, mate.
Look after yourself.
Be good.
And stay out of the sand.